Well, hey y'all, you thought we were gonna make it tonight, but here we are. Gonna be live in the living room tonight. The living room tonight. Hmm. Innocent a-holes versus fake snakes. We gonna get into this one. I can't wait. So let's get it started. Come on, let's go. I'm a filmmaker. I've worked in film, video, and television for over 30 years. I took a little break, but now I'm back. Hey, welcome to another edition of Art Imitates Life with me, Tanya Dixon, here to give you the greatest. And tonight, hot topics and forum topics. We've got Who Spiked the Tea and also the living room coming through for you. The living room tonight is, would you rather have an honest, I'm going to say innocent, because sometimes people get accused of being a-holes and they're innocent of it because they're just being honest. So would you rather have an honest a-hole or a fake snake, So that's the topic in the living room tonight. And I cannot wait to hear what you all say. I'll make sure to give you all the platforms in which we're airing just in case you want to move around because we're just trying to get you to see us and however you want to. So just sit tight. Get yourself something to go get yourself something to drink. We'll be back to get it all kicked off. I got a skeleton crew right this moment for the living room, but they're going to come in just a few moments, y'all. Come on, hang on. Art Imitates Life with Tanya Dixon is being sponsored by Candyland Global, bringing your multimedia dreams to life. To my groove. I always like the end of that song as we are playing the Tandyland commercial. And I'm going to say it early in the show, make sure that you reach out and check out Tandyland, Tandiland.com. All right, let me go ahead and see who's spiking the tea with me right now. Unmute yourselves and come on in here and get ready to start talking about these hot topics and all that. Hey, y'all.
What's up? What's up?
Hey. Oh, yes. Okay. It's Friday. So much on my mind, that kind of week, but made it in. Made it in. So I guess when I start asking tonight how your week was, I ain't got too many people to ask yet. I don't let people trickle in to the living room. It's just like when you're at home and you have a gathering, everybody don't always show up at the same time.
Oh no, so, as long as they show.
Right. So we'll just get folks as they come on in. So that's how it goes. But how was your week? I'll start off with you, Ron. How was your week?
Pretty good. I'm pretty good, y'all. Um, things are in progress and it's coming up, but everything's really good. I had an all right
Okay.
good week.
Good. I say I know you can't complain. I can't complain about that. You know
Don't need
what? Hold on, looking at here. Huh? I
can't
could hear you.
complain.
I'm sorry. Okay, gotcha. Now, Rick, I need for you to tell me what's going on, and you can take your time because technically I'm on a lot of stuff over here.
Man,
So just take your time.
just just dealing with a lot of possibilities of at work. Craziness going on with the family in and out.
Right.
Just taking it all out on the canvases back there, getting some things in, out, new clients in. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Clients, no patience. So There's been a lot going on with the veterans. Celebrating the Veterans Day. Like I said, doing a bid with a friend of mine back in Austin, Texas, and he's putting together his his thing to celebrate the veterans, known and unknown. So I'm just contributing some artwork and donating some art and working collectively on that. So it's been a real good, dope experience. So it's been all right. And actually tripped and fell on a razor, and man,
and that razor had its way with you.
yeah, slid down a razor, ended up with an alcohol cup.
Oh no!
Yeah, I had to I needed a clean canvas. I looked like I needed spare change. So
man.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, for me, as I said, it was kind of a rough week. Anybody who talked to me this week knows it's a little rough, but it's all good. It's all good. Still here. A lot of things are coming up. I have to say, I am feeling like very super super positive. There's a lot of really cool things happening, and you're going to be sipping on that Stella Rose and all that. Stella Rose, I mean, all that stuff is happening right now. So I can't complain, not even one little bit, about what the actual things, events that are happening in my world. Cannot complain one single bit about that. We're just working out some other things on a personal end of life, but it's going to happen. It's all going to happen just fine. I got a lot of stories and unfortunately this week I got some sad stuff that I'll talk about here and there. I don't like the sad things, but it's what's life. This is art imitates life. So as you know, we're going with talking about art imitates life. I got to talk about some of the sad things that occur with that, too. So okay, let's see if I can get into all these doggone stories and stuff. I don't even know where I want to start. Okay, I'm going to start with this particular story right here. This is not too bad of a story, but it kind of makes you think about what happened. Everybody knows the story what happened with Astroworld during the performance
Travis.
of Travis. Most Travis that's something escaping me. What's his name escaping me? But everyone was kind of been a little tense ever since that happened. So when people have been performing, they've been stopping. I actually watched the other day a video of even Tiana Taylor. She actually stopped her performance too when someone seemed to be having trouble. So people are being more cognizant of their audience members and what's going on. So that's what happened with Cat Williams. Cat Williams stopped his performance after an audience member loses consciousness, and so that's something, like I said, people are just very tense right now, and rightfully so. You don't want to be at an event or hosting or performing and not being cognizant of things going on because that's what was said to have happened at the Astroworld concert. So I'll tell you all what happened. A comedian came cited the Astroworld Festival tragedy as I'm sorry, something was popping up here. And he paused his stand-up performance on Saturday, this past Saturday, November 6th. Audience member received medical attention, reported by TMZ and also an article from VE.com. Williams was performing in Louisville when the individual passed out, and someone yelled, "Stop the show," prompting the comedian to take a break as medics tried to revive the audience member. So I'm sorry if I won't move on, but that Astroworld is, we can't never continue till we know somebody is MF good. I'm not going to be leaving with that on my conscience. Just take 5 minutes. Thank you, sir. This is all Cat Williams saying. I hope she's having a baby. That's all. That's what he told the audience, and this is according to TMZ. And he was Scott. I can't remember his last name. He was referencing the Travis Scott Astroworld Music Festival on the Friday night, November 5th in Houston, where at least 8 people died and dozens were injured, and the crowd has surged towards the stage, and concert goers were trampled. Now, I don't know what you all heard on that, and let me let Margo in the house here. Hey, Margo, go let you on in the house.
What it is,
Hey,
Margo's
good
a
to see
typical
y'all.
Libra. She all late, just typical Libra. Just I'm telling you,
Glowing,
if I
glowing.
didn't have to set the
Yeah,
stage,
thank
I
you.
know my ass would be late. But
I,
anyway,
I,
and then she's still.
it's just so many things going on at one time. It just was crazy.
I understand. That happens to me a
Wow.
lot.
You
And I'll
know,
tell y'all my
here.
story in a
Let
little
me
bit
just
about.
jump in. Let me just jump in.
Okay. I'll tell y'all a little bit later about me and my lateness. I used to hate it. Okay, but let me go back to Cat Williams. Well, let me go back to the whole thing with the Travis Scott. Now, I don't know if you all had seen this. It was very baffling to me. It was very baffling to me with that whole thing with Travis Scott, because I saw the video where someone was screaming for them to stop the show because there was somebody dead, and they just kept going. And they were screaming it to where the production people who had the cameras and all that, they should have been able to hear it. So it was just kind of weird, all that whole thing. I'm not going to give y'all my personal view on it or anything like that, but I'm just saying that was kind of weird. So I can understand why people like Cat Williams, like Teyana Taylor, are actually stopping their shows now. But y'all tell me what you all think.
I think that it was humanely irresponsible for the simple fact that that's why I call it crowd control.
Right.
And you're doing the exact opposite. That's why there's certain rules are designed based off of human behavior. That's why the
Right.
security. That's why security is to help maintain the crowd. For crowd
Right.
control. And this is why they have crowd control, because people get mesmerized by the music. They get mesmerized with what's being told to them. And and here's the end result of that. When you are not taking heed to the requirements, these things happen. Unfortunately, now he's I want to say a contributing statistic as far as why they have what they have. That's why they have the security set up, because of that behavior alone. And it's funny how there's a sculpture of this skull with Travis Scott's locks or braids coming out. It's a skull. So it's like it kind of sounds hand in hand. Not to be judgy or sound judgy, but you got to take heed to what you're getting yourself into. Because that speaks volumes. The outcome speaks volumes. What's decorated. But yeah.
I
That's how I
agree.
feel.
And not say anything, but that's what I'm going on with that. Can you all hear me? Am I breaking up?
You're breaking up.
Bit.
Yeah, because I can see my reception going down a little bit. So, am I back yet?
Get some rabbit ears.
What?
You're all right. You're all right.
Back in the disay revenues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some duct tape.
Because you can see it. Or get somebody to stand. Just stand there. Hold it.
Hold it still. Yeah.
Hold it still.
Is that what we learned? Is that how we learn how to pop lock? Is that how we learn how to pop lock?
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, you all know how I feel about some of the things out there with the entertainment. I've been in entertainment for over 30 years. Y'all know I've seen a lot of crap now.
They can
And
control
I heard what I ain't seen.
They orchestrate spirits. They know how to pull, they know how to mesmerize and hypnotize people. And with that it's as corner cliche as it sounds, with great power comes great responsibility. And
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing exactly that, but and unfortunately, it's still that behavior is still taking lives. Whether they're in the studio, whether somebody's at home, or at a concert. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, like, people can only contain themselves so much. We're only human. I don't know. It's hard to like put the responsibility solely on the individuals. This is hard for one person to tell 20 to stop. You know, it's a force to be reckoned with. It's a very unfair situation. Now people's like, should I even show up at this concert anymore? Like, am I safe at home watching it on Zoom? Like, you know,
Yeah.
but he brings.
I say
I'm
that.
going to talk a little bit.
They bring it on themselves.
Oh, go ahead, Margo. Margo Margo saying something?
No, I was just saying probably safer watching it from home versus going in person, because it's so much more going on out there in the world, and so much stuff that we don't see or fully know when it comes to music and all of those messages that lead people to do crazy things. So this was one of those incidents, and unfortunately, people, had got stepped on and killed in a senseless, it didn't have to happen, just it took one choice, one mistake, one motion, one action, and then everything else came as a domino effect right after. So, it just, people didn't know this was going to be their last time going to a concert to do something enjoyable, that they will make it back home that evening.
You know what? I want to share something about that. There, in this article with Cat Williams, it does reference the Travis Scott thing, and a video circulated on social media that appears to show Scott as Travis Scott continuing to perform while the police tried to resuscitate a concert goer. And you can't. This is a quote. The video was captioned, "You can't tell me Travis Scott didn't see this kid getting resuscitated while he was up. He was up there doing the robot." So there's, to me, in my opinion, there was a lot going on in that situation. But let me take us over here to this whole thing with the whole Travis Scott thing. Since I'm here anyway, let's run over here and just talk about this for a few moments. Video right now where a man was saying he was hired to work Astroworld, and it said that Travis Scott's festival was severely understaffed. And he did an interview with TMZ. An article came from complex.com. Well, it says that the man says that he was hired to work in security capacity at the Travis Scott Astroworld Festival 2021. He shared details about the training experience, including what ultimately led him to win the gig. Margo, he says it was pretty vague exactly what the role would be. About the details, he says the day before I complained for the process Monday morning around 7 a.m. They were still pretty vague. He says they didn't really tell us what we would be doing. So it just sounds to me like it was just not prepared properly. But who knows? And I'm going to say this. Who knows if it was on purpose? Because, and the reason why we're saying that is because we know that some of these entertainers, what they're into outside of what the public is paying them for. Let's put it that way. Outside of what the public is paying them for. So you never know about that part.
Right. Bottom line, it's all this.
Can we?
This is sacrifice for the industry, sacrifice for the beast. It is what it is. I mean, it's already out there. It's called what it is. It's sacrifices for the beast. And the thing about that is, there's no excuse for the staff not to be on that game. Despite who the artist is, there should be protocol. Regardless of what he or she wants that's on stage, no, you orchestrate the music. You don't orchestrate the staff to a certain extent when it comes to the safety of people. Clearly, which is why you belong on stage, and clearly, which is why they belong with the security T-shirts on, reinforcing what you're not capable of. And for whoever dropped the whoever dropped the baton on that, they should be held accountable as well.
Right.
Or whoever the company is that runs the security, they should be held accountable as well. Nothing should break protocol for the protection of people because people can't even protect themselves. That's what they're there for.
But
Go ahead.
I was going to say, but as an artist, he himself, he's got a little pull with the audience, and he should have been kind of, in some sense or form, trying to direct traffic or had them like, "Hey, y'all move, stop, like say something, do something."
As they said, he was continuing to perform, doing a robot when they were trying to resuscitate somebody. So
that's what they are. They're robots. That's what these people. They're robots.
Robots, zombies, or something, but needed to say something, do something, act out, just to let people know, because there's other artists that done said something during the show or stopped the show for a minute just to get stuff back on track. So
right,
it didn't take nothing but a few seconds or a minute or something.
Mm-hmm.
What you saying, Veronica?
I was agreeing with what she was saying. Take 5 minutes, child. We're gonna take a 5-minute break. Let's see what's going on over here. Let's make sure they all right over here. And then after they get up, the ambulance come through, get the people up or whatever, and take them on. Then we, just like they do in football, when they get hurt on the field, they take a timeout, wait till they come get them. After they get them, they salute them off the field. 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Right. Give somebody somehow to respect.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you, okay. Go ahead, Rick.
I feel like these artists, they're too possessed to give a damn about the welfare of people. So they don't give a damn about what they put in their music. How in the hell they can be compassionate with your physical being? So it all goes hand in hand. This is, to me, is like, it's not a surprise. It's really to be expected.
Right.
Should have been, but people, even they're so possessed. They're caught up in the tune of the Pied Piper. And as the end results, people can't miss it. People's lives can't miss it. You know what I'm saying? So just like the children, it's pretty much black and white. There it is. This is what we're dealing with. This is what people choose to follow under. It's a shame. It's really embarrassing. I would say it's embarrassing to me in terms of the staff, but the artist should be more than embarrassed. But like I said, they're too possessed to care. They don't even care about world issues. They don't even care about the issues that's going on with your own people. So how in the hell they're gonna care about the crowd? So they don't have no control over the people. They don't have any control over themselves.
I tell you.
They don't have any control over themselves. So how in the hell they're gonna care about the control of people? How? They're genuine.
Well, right. Well, this particular security guy, he just said that he didn't want to work in unsafe conditions. He felt like something was going to occur after just watching the way that they were not handling stuff. He just decided he didn't want to be a part of it, and so he dipped. And so I guess that is the thing that I'm gonna just say.
Did he dip before? Or after?
Before.
Okay.
Before.
I feel that is a man. That is a responsible. That's a responsible alpha to me. You tell somebody you don't care. I'm gonna give a damn who he is. These people should be taken care of. They're already loose on alcohol, on drugs. You setting these rabid dogs, pit bulls loose. You're pretty much starting a whole cage fight. You're letting all the demons put everything out. These people are like inhibited. They're on a whole nother mindset, and you're setting them loose. You're gonna put them further in danger. You crowd control, okay? I get it. You an MC, you whatever. You do music because I don't believe people deserve certain monikers. So
I think brother is saying on the comments. He said he cared enough to donate all his profits from the show, and I guess he's talking about Travis Scott. Well, then again, let's just say for, let's see, I'm past 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm past 20 minutes. So for shits and giggles, let's just say it this way. When people are involved in different things in industry and they are, the powers that be control them, they make money from sacrifices. So what do they care? That's all I can say. They get money anyway. So what do they care? But let me.
I'm excited. Man, all those people died. I got to go to that show. People get stomped on. I got to go to that show. Mother.
But I'm just going to move on from that. So we're just going to wish the survivors the very best and the people who will be traumatized for a while or even life from witnessing the things that they witness at this particular show, because that trauma has to be pretty deep.
And to me, in terms of the donations, it's not going to bring those lives back. You going if money is the answer to if money answers to your mistakes, you can make reparations. Is that easy for you to just give reparations? You know what I'm saying? What about the people's lives? Like, what about the families? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, money can't pay for everything. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to pay for damages, for certain damages. It's not. So I can give less about the money. I get less about that. Like, you should have avoided this. It could have been avoided. Now you want to hide behind your dollars. That's that punk shit. You want to hide behind your dollars? Good job.
I got you. Exactly. Well, you know what? I want to move forward to another story here. Now, this story had me nervous. Earlier this week. I'm sorry, it had me nervous. Let me go ahead and give y'all the title first and a little bit on the situation first, and then I'll tell you why I was nervous and how I had to pull it all back together. Now, y'all remember this R&B crooner. Look, I can't even get my head right. You remember this R&B crooner from the 90s, Christopher Williams? I love me some I'm Dreaming.
I'm dreaming.
Yeah. Well,
man,
his sure had put some information out on his social media earlier this week, and at the time that it was put out, I have to tell you, at the time that the information was put out, it was being said that Christopher Williams was in a coma. But the update is that the statement has been given via Christopher Williams' Instagram account, clarifying that despite Al B. Sure's call for prayers and support, that the singer is actually not in a coma right now, and that he is just in stable condition. So I'm really hoping, and this is no further clarification on his medical status or circumstances leading to him needing medical care has been given. So I was nervous because I love Christopher Williams, and
as it is, man. We just so many dynamite artists as
yes. Yeah, we had him on as our Imitates Life radio years ago. So, nice dude. And so I really, really wished him the very, very best here from AIL. AIL, the podcast. We wish him the very, very best.
Hang in there, Chris. Hang in there, Chris.
Yeah, right. But now this is some crazy news. There has to be a little crazy to go along with everything else. Kanye West.
Here we go.
I love Ye on some things. But he says America should cancel Black History Month because it feeds the lie of Black victimhood.
See, he don't know up from down, so he don't. He does not know up from down. So
yeah. So let me go ahead and break it down just a little bit. Okay, he says during an appearance on the podcast Drink Champs on Thursday, which is hosted by Nori and DJ EFN. Okay, West, now known legally as Ye, said that Black History Month should be canceled and called out Vice President Kamala Harris for her disappearance since taking office. And she has been like a disappearance, though. And then the whole thing is, let me see if I get in. He has a whole video here. We're not going to play this video because I just don't want to get into this whole thing with him, with Ye on this. I'm not in the mood to get into this whole thing with Ye. But My understanding is well, I'm just gonna say I don't understand because there's a lot of stuff there. No matter what side of the street you're standing on, there's a history that's there that it just can't be erased with your words or your willingness to
Mhm.
see it gone. You can't
Mhm.
just erase it. It is there. And Black History Month, some people always say they gave us this, they gave us that. No, it was Black History Week, started by a Black man and extended into the month because people pick at it and they say, oh, it's the shortest month of the year. Actually, it is not something that was given to us. It was started by a Black man. And that's really the information I meant to give, because way back when we did our Imitates for Life radio, I brought all this to the stage so that everybody could understand more about where Black History Month actually came from. So I still believe that whatever the case is, I just can't see anyone believing that it should be canceled, and that we're not being victims. We were victimized on a lot of things. We're just not claiming that we're just victims, for that. We were actually and truly victimized on some stuff. Because even the powers that be put us in that, because I can understand this. I'm gonna put it this way, and I'm gonna speak from an angle where I feel like Ye might be saying, um,
Mhm.
we as a nation, as a world, we were victimized by the powers that be. They controlled everything. And little do people know, people like in this country, for instance, who try to act as though they are rich and that they are superior to other races. What they don't understand is if they were not a part of that 1% elite, that they were just as much a victim as any person of color. They didn't
Mhm.
see them as being special either.
Mhm.
Unless they were a part of those 13 families or secret societies, they were not a part of the individual or the groups that they considered worth keeping around. They were just as expendable as we were. So, what they set in to do was cause this distance and this distrust and this, just total disharmony between the races, because as long as they could keep us divided, they can keep us controlled. And what
Indeed.
people don't understand is that we were all in it together and we are all still in it together. I think hopefully that they will learn to understand that it doesn't matter if you were a white person or Spanish or Black or Asian or whatever. If you did not have the money, the blue blood, as you will, to be a part of those type of families or any of the staffing that came down from the top, because the Illuminati is like fourth or so down. They're not the top. They're not the top. They're not like the DuPonts and the Pacers and people like that. They were not the top of the level. There's individuals above them, but you had the 13 families, and unless you were part of that kind of elite, I'm sorry, you are no better than anybody else of color in this nation. We were all in it together, and everybody's going to see that soon. Hopefully, that is the part that they'll get a chance to see soon. I think Veronica's trying to get back in here, so I'm gonna put her there, and so whenever she makes it in, she makes it in. So that's okay. So if I'm speaking that way and I'm talking about Ye, what he might be saying is the division that it does cause by having this Black History Month and people feeling like they don't give us this and they don't. Yeah, because that's all misinformation that was out there. But darling, there was another side of this. There was some real incidents that happened. There was real slavery that happened. There was real killings and hangings and slayings and everything that happened. There was real stuff that happened at the hands of these individuals, and you cannot erase that and sweep it under the rug. I know that it was not intended to, and I for us, that it is not anything good for us. That there's people who are white and otherwise who didn't intend to be a part of it and may not have been a part of our ancestors, may not have been a part of it, but it was something that came down from that group of individuals to make sure that we were victimized and kept on the bottom, and that they could layer these races in
Mhm.
these countries, especially in the United States. That's my feelings about it. So
Right
I
on.
think that it's good to still and then also Black history, people just don't know it. I think you should always have it so that people can learn. So
it's like a matter of it's not a matter of the month. It's just having a Black History life. You know, period. You know, keep mindful and keep remembrance of your ancestors, known and unknown. You know, those that have put in work, those that are actually putting in work. Because even teaching our kids, that's our responsibility. Not a month to remind you. Not a month to remind you. It's just reinstilling and revitalizing that essence with our kids and within ourselves. You know, always remember them, because you know, if you forget, they're gonna repeat that bullshit. They're gonna try it. They're gonna continuously try it. So we have to, like any other culture, you're gonna have to hold on. You're gonna have to hold on to it. You know, it's not like that we need a reminder, but in a sense, based on human behavior, yeah, we do need a reminder. We do need it, you know, but it all starts from within. Then you bring it to the home, you know.
Right. Let me tell you what he said. I didn't get a chance to say that part because I really, I just missed over by, talking about what I was feeling on that. But he actually said, cancel Black History Month. Why? I need Black Future Month. I need Black Possibility Month. I'm tired of seeing us get hosed down. I'm tired of talking about slavery and how we should only be so lucky to vote for a woman we ain't seen since the election. But the thing is, I get him on that. But the thing is this: you still cannot erase. Okay, I'm gonna take off your other one, Veronica. You still cannot erase that is a history there, and that people still need to learn that it happened.
Right.
You know, it's like yeah. It's like looking at the story of Black Wall Street. How many of us don't know about Black Wall Street?
And that's what they want us to not know, or they want to get to the point to where those essential events in our history, they don't want us to connect any dots. So you just like what you want to just wipe the history clean off, and then we have no starting point, we have no beginning. You want to start off at the top and work sideways.
Right.
And that to you is that's a pretty ass picture to you. You can't. So it's not a matter of holding on to the past. It's clenched us.
It's about learning from the past.
And it should. You should hold on tight to that, because it's only a matter of time before it's out of the history books, out of the teachers' mouths. That hasn't happened. So that's not. You erase a history. You erase the people.
Right.
So no. So he can miss me with that nonsense. I mean, you cool and all, but you ain't too cool not to know your history. You know.
Yeah, and I don't mind having Black Future Month or Black Possibility Month. Hey, right. I mean, let's go ahead and create Black Future Month and Black Possibility Month. I don't have no problem whatsoever having that. I think that it is important, but it's also important for us to know our own history too, because there's a lot of greatness. Like I mentioned just now, Black Wall Street, that was a lot of greatness until it was destroyed. And so some people don't know about that. But hey, if those type of things are spoken about, then of course we get to pass the information to the younger folks, and they can learn about it too. That you can't just erase your history like that. That's just absolutely bananas.
Go ahead, Mark.
On top of that, sometimes the stuff that we're taught or gaining knowledge about concerning Black history is also teaching other races, because they have some just don't have no idea. They came so many centuries or years thereafter, and they're looking at you like, this happened? This actually happened? I'm like, yes, let's go visit those plantations. Let's go see how they lived back then. Let's go. That was one of me and my sister's thing. Sometimes when we took trips, we did educational trips. So we've been to 2 plantations, one in Louisiana and one in South Carolina. And when you set foot on those grounds, it really gives you the sense of pride and overwhelmness, as well as like a sadness, because it's like This is what they did to us, as well as stripped us of our history, but stripped us of ourselves. So when we don't know ourselves, but we're gaining knowledge to get that, to learn ourselves, the better we become over time. So I'd say to Kanye's comment, I get where he wants to go with his idea and his vision, and that's all good, but you can't get there until you know your foundation, until you know yourself. And with you out knowing your history, you have no full idea of who you truly are and what your outward gain or purpose is continuing on into that future. So it's like know your foundation first and grow from there and
Just
add
can't
on.
erase it. You cannot erase
add on, and like you're supposed to push your lineage and your your family forward. Like you do your part, then the next person do their part, so your legacy can be that great. So I say, hey,
in vain,
like
right?
don't throw that history out. It happened, but it's learning.
And to add to
okay, go ahead.
To add to that,
I have a comment on. I don't have no.
What you say, Veronica?
I don't have no comment on Kanye West. I don't.
Okay, I understand.
I don't like him too much.
Okay.
Here's the irony of it all. You speak of Black future, and you want to fucking erase the past. How in the hell are you going to have a future if you're not getting a reminder of where not to put yourself in? You take that away,
right?
If you take that away, and all they have to say is, "Oh, this never happened before. This never happened before. We never did that. We never did that." And then here we are, back in them chains. You know what I'm saying? And another crazy thing about it is you speak on erasing history. Well, check this out, homeboy. You yourself are going to become history. So do you want that to be erased eventually at some point? So you might as well include yourself, because you yourself are part of Black history. You will soon become, well, you're part of the Black now, but soon you will become history. So you want that to be erased along the way? You know what I'm saying? So no, dude, you gotta watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, not buying it.
Not making sense. I mean, but I understand only a part of it. Like I said, there's some things that I understand where he's coming from. Of course, that it's good to have a Black future, Black possibility. I get all that, but still, people get it to a point where, in effort to bring us together as a world, they want to erase everything of the past. And that's not exactly possible, because you have to learn from the past a lot of times in order to move forward. I'm not going to just sit here and say that you should erase everything, but I do understand that there's a need to bring everybody together. But I believe so much that when other races across this planet understand how we all have become, that were purposely made victims of these elite powers, that there was no difference for them between our skin color. You didn't have the money or the blue bloods or whatever to be a part of their whole union. Their reptile nature, whatever it was, Draco's Anunnaki, whatever you want to call it. You were not a part of that. Okay. And as long as you were not a part of that, you were no better than any person of color. That's the part that they have to get. Everybody was their slave. Everybody was their slave.
But to even go deeper than that, Bill Nye, the science guy, did a breakdown of the origin and stuff of skin color. And so he just said it just depends upon how much light and UV rays and all that stuff that each person had when the earth split in continents and all that other stuff. So it just was crazy when he was saying, no, we all are actually kind of the same. It's just that this person over here got much more sunlight than this person over here did. So it was just crazy how he broke it down. But Bill Nye the science guy, he was like, we all pretty much the same.
I know that's right. And I just feel like people, they just have to get that. They just have to get that in order to see that we were all the same. And yes, definitely we're all the same when it comes to what you're saying, Margo, skin color. But more than that, the folks who separated us, they separated us based on who we were to them.
Mm.
And that's the part they have yet to get.
So
Okay.
that whole subject matter, we should call it how yay, how yay.
Yeah, how yay. Yeah, because what he's saying, that's not exactly resonating with me. Okay, this one, while we're on this kind of subject right now, and I'll get back into, I promise you all, we're going to get back into something a little more uplifting and positive. But this was just a little interesting to me. Just thought that bring it up. I'm going to give credit to Ben and Jerry and FoxBusiness.com for this particular article here. Let's see, I'm just waiting to pull it all up. This was stalling while I put it up. Okay, Ben and Jerry say police are brutalizing Black people before our very eyes, and the whites ignore it. So I find that very interesting that ice cream giants Ben and Jerry are the ones who actually said that. They said the founders of Ben and Jerry's published an op-ed calling on white Americans to use their power to stop police brutality. To be brutalized for our victims. And they said ours is a majority white society. White people elect the officials who appoint police chiefs. Police chiefs are overwhelmingly white. The people we pay to protect and serve are killing and brutalizing Black people before our very eyes. And we're letting them away with it. And this is what Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield wrote in their op ed published on Tuesday in USA Today. So I found that to be very interesting. What do you all feel about that? Weigh in on that before we move on.
So I was trying to get an understanding because it was breaking up a bit.
I was just kind of quiet on that one. Yeah.
I'm just glad they're
The ice cream.
mentioning it. I mean, it's real. It's nothing you can really ignore.
Mhm.
And like this happened right in front of them. So I'm glad they're putting it out there. I don't know how much or what they're actually going to do behind it, but it's just a call to
Right.
action for other people that witness it to say something.
Right.
Don't just sit there, just say something. And you know it's not right. You feel it. You get it in your spirit.
Right.
You know it's not right. So like say something, do something. If you
Right.
see something, like
Y'all killing a lot of customers.
Exactly.
Like, I mean,
Right.
I see.
No, that ice cream was going off the shelf the other day.
You know,
yeah.
ice cream spoons matter. Ice cream spoons matter. So, yeah, you killing off the brand. Yes. Okay. I mean,
Oh man.
I'm over that.
Well,
I'm over
well,
that.
you know what? We'll move on from that one. That to me, that one was just point blank and period. That's what they've
Yeah.
decided to do. This one is. Oh, go ahead, Veronica.
No, I'm good now.
Oh, I thought Veronica had.
I don't have too much.
Okay.
I agree with Marco.
Yeah. Well, this. Okay. This one is kind of point along the same lines. Black media mogul Byron Allen. He pens an open letter calling for McDonald's president and CEO Chris Kempinski. That last name. Calls for him to be fired. He wrote this open letter here, and on Sunday, Allen ran a full-page advertisement in the Detroit Tribune, and then he's saying that he's that
Breaking up a bit.
Yeah.
You with us?
I think we completely lost her.
Yeah.
And
I think it's
even
that.
under all this scrutiny, racist behavior continues. As we sit here today, the presiding judge in our $10 billion racial discrimination lawsuit against McDonald's has set a trial date and entered the discovery phase, and we're highly confident more will be revealed. And this is what the letter says. And so, what do y'all say about this McDonald's? I can honestly say I stopped patronizing McDonald's some time ago. So what do y'all feel about this one?
McDonald's
For
be my place.
parts, for the parts that we heard, I commend Byron Allen for going and putting that money down to get that printed up, just to put it out there. I didn't catch all of what McDonald actually did, but you said discrimination against his employees or something?
Right. Racial discrimination, yeah. And so I can look a little further in here and see if there's more. But yeah, they're like he gotta go. Let me go a little further into the article and see. But Rick, what's your thoughts before I go?
Oh, he went in hiding. Rick he just got off camera.
I have to make an adjustment. Wow.
But I mean, it's I think it's.
Let me see.
I was just gonna say,
put a few things out there to make y'all think about his. Okay.
Okay, I think it's the time frame for everything to be called out.
And actually, you know, right. you did say this, Tommy. You did say this some months ago.
I did.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of things, a lot of situations are being called out, and I can only look forward to the authenticity of it with these big names speaking up. Of course, you know, you won't have. How can you have customers if they're dying off? You know, I hope that's not the trigger. You know, because eventually it can even knock on your door. You know, even you can't even hide behind your money at some point. So it's like, damn, you know, they coming after them. They coming after everybody. So yes, you got to clean up your house. You got to clean up your house.
Yeah.
You know,
and I can tell you right now, we haven't even gotten started yet. With all the stuff that ever come out, we haven't even cracked the surface of what's getting ready to come.
So this the crumbs, huh? This just the crumbs.
Yeah,
the dust.
This is just like a light. This ain't even dessert. This is like a dinner salad. Like it's just like something.
This is just a cracker. It's just a cracker and a little taste of water.
Just the bread, the bread and napkins. Just the bread and napkins.
Yes.
Without the butter.
Y'all gonna be straight up mad. No butter. Yes. And y'all gonna be straight up mad when you get to the stuff that's really going on behind the scenes, and people are going to be mad, rightfully so, that they have been kept in the dark for so long on what's been happening in our world, in our nation, and in our world. And I can't wait for all of that to come to the forefront, because I think that people for too long, like I said, people for too long have been kept quiet, even, you know, not just in the dark, but kept quiet about what's happening, you know. So I can't wait for that. Y'all know what I'm doing, you know, I'm getting our posting ready for social media at the same time. So I'm always having to multitask. I know y'all out there by now know what I be doing at the same time. So I'm just speaking it right out there, you know. So I'm already you know, just ready for the new stuff to come out so y'all can see. But let me add this to the pot as to what Byron Allen has said. There are also several headlines, articles showcasing the fast food giant's racial issues. One of the articles published just last week discussed the disparaging text that Kim Zinski, his name is, sent to the Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot regarding the parents of 7-year-old Jaislyn Adams and 13-year-old Adam Toledo, both shot and killed earlier this year. With both, the parents failed those kids, which I know is something you can't say, even harder to fix. That's what Kaczynski wrote to this mayor, Mayor Lightfoot. And it says McDonald's has not responded to Allen's request, Myron Allen's request, but Allen has an ally in the Service Employees International Union. So we're going to see how this turns out, because I really feel like they should respond. As many African Americans and many minorities that have patronized McDonald's for so long, they do owe that explanation to say something. Just part your lips, just say something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I believe that they owe that to the people. Okay, let's move on to something else. Something, y'all, I'm going to move quicker through these articles, because I want to get to the actual topic at hand here in just a few moments. But there was one or two more little things that I want to, but there's just so many things that are kind of on a racial tip tonight that I don't necessarily want to just continue to ride on that, because we don't normally do a lot of that. But I am going to bring a few other things that I just found interesting this week. How many people know that Lala Anthony? She has revealed this week that she had emergency heart surgery this past summer. And she just revealed that, and I actually just found that shocking, not shocking. She's 39-year-old actress, and she is a former wife of Carmelo Anthony, a basketball player, and she's out there doing her own thing. I love seeing her in the Shy. She's really making it happen. But she was saying that she had the first time that she had an emergency surgery like that. And this journey for her began in 2019. And she's been doing stuff like I said, the Shy, but she's also shooting Beverly Hills 90210. So now they're busy at the same time. And so have to stop and do something like emergency surgery, that had to be pretty big, pretty hard what's going on.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about it? Before I go on, I'll give you a little details of what was happening.
Man, just never know. Just take care of yourself. Take a break. Relax. Get on your FU island. Turn off your phones. Take out your chip. Take out your battery. You know what I'm saying? And shoot. Mm-hmm. And just search yourself.
Relax.
Yeah. Anxiety comes in so many ways. They didn't talk about the source of it. And also matter of who's around you. Who is around you, or who are you allowing to be around you? That's very, very, because people do things without you knowing, to your soul, to your being. They do things, even just them being present. They're stealing from you. They're stealing your essence and taking away that which gets you up in the morning. Your energy. So I just pray that she pulls through and just take heed to who's around you. It's very important, and definitely what you're doing and how you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah, and I won't get into the details. There are articles out there. You can look a little bit deep as to why surgery. We're just gonna wish her the very best. I just don't feel a need to go so deep into that whole thing, but wish her the very best. I couldn't hear you, Margo. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying hope she has a speedy recovery.
Okay, I can hear you.
Hope she has a
speedy recovery.
Right.
Hugs and kisses.
Speedy recovery to Lala Anthony. Yes. And my coverage is going in and out. That's why I keep seeing me pause and try to figure out what y'all was saying. It's just I can see at times I'm going in and out, and I'll be like, it reminds me of the AT&T commercial. It reminds me of the AT&T commercial where they're always talking online. And
remember,
she was
it's a party.
Yes, that one, and the one where the lady was seeing her niece for the first time. That one, and then the one that makes me laugh the most. Yes, the one that makes me laugh the most is when the lady's telling the bedtime story to her kids, and she's freezing and looking all like a monster. And that's how I feel right now. Like I must be doing some of that out there. So that's making me laugh. Just thinking about that, because I keep seeing myself, my coverage go, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I looking like over there? Am I scaring some kids or scaring somebody like that, you know. So that's what
Nah,
my
you looking good. You looking good still.
We're good.
Key and Peele did a skit like that. They did a skit like that. They did it horrendously, but it was hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, man.
They
Them cats are a whole new level.
They off the chain with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got one more little sad thing. I got tonight's news is just and I noticed that when I was pulling everything, I was like, dang, can I stop with all the sad news? But if you all remember the movie Monsters Ball, with starring Halle Berry and what's my dude's name? Good about Thornton. No, good about Thornton.
I'm thinking about.
And if you remember that, if you remember that movie, how it had some horrific things in that movie, it was just something. But the guy who played the son of Halle Berry, Koranji Calhoun Sr., he passed away this week. He was only 30 years old. Yes, and so it's really sad. There's a GoFundMe page that's being set up right now. Set this up right now to help give Karanji give Karanji a sacred celebration of life. That's the actor's mother, Teresa C. Bailey, said that her son died on October 13th, and that she told the CBS affiliate that his death was due to congestive heart failure and lung problems. And I guess they had it last month. Instagram talked a little bit, but they really wanted to do this whole deal. Now, I was trying to think of this earlier today, but before I talk about the movie, they're saying that Lee Daniels, he was the producer for Monsters Ball. He has contributed $3,394. Okay. Oh, he and Halle Berry both have contributed $3,394 each to the campaign. But I remember. Do you all remember what happened to the son? The son died in the movie. What was the situation with that? Couldn't remember.
Yeah.
That's sad.
He was chasing after. I think a candy bar, or some food or something. Something happened to that sort, and Halle Berry left him out in the rain or something, and he got hit by a car.
Yeah, because that's why I just thought it was a crazy irony when I saw this earlier today. I just saw it today. And I was like, wow, that I found that to be very, very ironic that happened, so very sad news yet again. And then there's one more, what I forgot to do, Veronica? I forgot to bring over the information from the Young and the Restless Man. For what was his name again? His real name, because you told me his real name, that passed away this week. He played John. Yeah, he played John Abbott on the Young and the Restless, and he passed away this week also. So I'm so sorry. We'll find that information before the end of the show. And he has passed away in real life as well. So, this week has been kind of a rough week with all the information that I was just reporting just now. It was just like dark on top of dark, on top of dark, on top of dark. Did I have anything that was light?
You gotta face it. You gotta face it. Yeah, at least somebody's talking about it.
Yeah. It's a little bit damn dark. There's a lot of darkness going on there. But we pray that we see a lot of light, from this moment forward. We pray that we see a whole lot of light.
A lot of eye boogers when that happens. A lot of eye boogers.
I know that's right, crazy.
It seems very bleak.
But you know what? It is what it is. All right. Well, y'all, I think it's time to move forward. It's time to get into the living room. Let me jump back over here so that we can get it. So here we go. welcome back and welcome to the living room, y'all. Let me spruce it back up a little bit. Come on, we're gonna get it because that was like,
Hey, yeah, we gotta lift up, lift
yes.
up.
Oh my God. Because I was like, I didn't know when I was pulling a lot of the stories that most of them was just on that same tone this week. And that's a lot of the reason why I can honestly say I don't watch a lot of mainstream news because it can hit you like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. It can just
Yeah,
be too
Yeah.
much.
down and pull you down.
Yep, drag the hell out of you. So I just said I don't like that, So here we are. We're back. We're back now. Welcome to the living room, y'all. Topic this week is: would you rather have an honest asshole or versus the fake snake? So this topic was something that I was talking to Michael about, and we decided, that this would be good for this weekend. I guess the whole premise of this, because I was basically saying that there's a lot of people, if you look at my poster, there's a lot of people that always say, I'm real, I'm so real, I'm just so real. But at the same time, you get, they ain't so real.
I rolled my eyes so hard I almost fell asleep. Man, I'm gonna pass out.
You got narcolepsy. Yeah.
Yes.
Wake up, wake up.
A lot of folks do that.
That shit kind of makes me want to go use the restroom. It's like them folks being full of shit. Like it passed over into me. Like, hold up, you that full of shit? I gotta do it for you. No, like, no, I'm gonna let the ladies. I'm gonna let the ladies go first.
They do it. But you know what? But basically saying, like for instance, I was saying that this topic was the I'm so real versus the two-faced type situation. Are they one and the same, or what? I was kind of like trying to figure this topic. And so I took it to Michael. He was like, he said that before on the show last week. He said I would prefer to have an honest asshole over a fake snake. And so basically that's where we are right this moment. Would you prefer somebody to be honest with you and just say whatever it is, even if it really bothers you in some way, or even kind of hurts your feelings, or someone to say, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's cool. Knowing that they're fake as hell. So that's kind of the topic of where we're going tonight. I want to see you all in the chat. Now, as far as the chat is concerned, we got a chat and we have the whole thing happening here on YouTube. And then we also have on Facebook on our Imitates Life podcast page. I guess that's the name of it now. Let me look. I think it is. So we have that page where you could go look at us live there, and then we also have our Twitch page as well. And I will put the Twitch link in the chat in just a few moments. So you have different ways to watch this. We want you all to communicate because I want to hear how you feel about people who are honest and brutally honest, as opposed to folks who are just humoring you or just being fake as hell. So, who wants to start off saying something about that before I unleash?
I'll be brave a little bit. I was like, can I take the shoes off in the living room? Can I put my can I take the shoes off?
Yes.
I ain't gonna put my feet on your coffee table yet, but I'm gonna take the shoes off in the living room.
Go ahead.
But honest asshole versus a fake snake. You can miss me with the fake snakes. Over time you're gonna see it, you're gonna recognize it, you're gonna call it what it is. But I'm just like I'm stepping on your head if you're a fake snake. I ain't got no time. I don't need you to lie to me. If I want to, I'd lie to myself. If I, if I was that damn desperate, I'd lie to myself about things versus have somebody else, oh, we cool, we this, we that, but then turn around and do some other foul stuff behind my back like that.
But do you feel like when people say that they want an honest asshole, that they're just basically they're not really, they're not really all the way real? Because I know some people that say they want honesty, but when you tell them something and you're being honest with them and you're even trying to dance around and stack it up to where it is nice and neat, they still get a little sensitive. You could still see that they're offended. So what do y'all think about that? Do they really want the honesty?
That one, it just depends on where they at that moment and they grow and where they're thinking, where their mind's at. Because I know we could say we want that honesty, but sometimes, yeah, we may not be able to receive it, but we do need to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
We spend too much time uh, um, thinking about stuff being in fairy tale land, like, if my life was this way, but like, dude, do you know you need to clean up some stuff in your life and be held accountable and responsible? Like, they said
Right.
something, it might have offended you because maybe you didn't like their delivery, or if they change their delivery, you might can receive it a little bit better. But even so, the truth is the truth. They still put the truth out there, and that's what it is. It ain't no other way to make it up or shake it or make it sweeter. But that's what it is. That's what's going on. So
Okay.
I'd rather have the honest asshole for me, because
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, you see something that I don't see because you're watching me from the outside. All I know is how I operate from the inside out. But you're seeing something else that I probably don't even fully catch because you're watching me from the outside. I can't see me unless I'm moving 24 hours in front of the mirror. I can see what the hell I'm doing all the time. But some things I may
Mm-hmm.
not be fully aware of, and you might call it out or be like, hey, do you know that you do this? But like, but damn, I didn't even realize I did that fully. I'm not even thinking about it. So
Right.
just to have the honest asshole,
Okay.
because I'll be like, you
I
know what?
really
I'm gonna be an honest asshole too. I'm gonna give it right back to you.
Right.
So I'm gonna be an
that.
honest asshole too.
Right, and then on the tag on to what you were saying, that's when I make the circle small. If you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be honest with me, be honest with me. But if you're gonna be a snake, you ain't gotta say nothing else to me. Just leave me alone, let me go. Stay out of my
Mm-hmm.
life. Get, leave me alone. You gotta go behind my back, talk about behind my back, and can't come to my face and tell me, just be
Mm-hmm.
honest with me. Go on
Yeah.
alone.
Right. Right.
At
You know,
somewhere else,
I'm just yeah. I'm taking everything in. Rick, what's your stance on this before I speak?
Um, definitely. I want the upfront. You know what I'm saying? I want the ingredients. You know what I'm saying? I want you to tell me how it tastes. You know. But also, I learned that you got to be careful with that. It took me a long time to learn because people have their assholisms very differently. Sometimes I want to put them on the baseball team, call them the asshole Dodgers, but it's the fact that they're throwing you the ball, and you want to play catch. All right, here's one back at you. Since you can dish it, you should be able to take it, right? Get your mitt ready. You throw that. You
Most
throw that.
most can't.
there you go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they create new dance moves with the shit that they talking. You know what I'm saying? They dodging, they like weaving, like you are a different kind of realist. You know what I'm saying? So, but in all actuality, I would definitely appreciate someone who's keeping it up front, but definitely being consistent. You know what I'm saying? Match your walk with your talk. And
Mm-hmm.
don't just call me just to keep it real. Be
Right.
human at the same time because you mess up too. You make mistakes as well. So the whole
Right.
because I've dealt with people who've done plenty of times talk that talk and like, well, it's different for me. See, I do it based on this and that and third. Mother, did you do it? You do it too, right? You did it too, right? Like people have this idea of reproach. You know, like like when they start smells like cinnamon rolls. No, that's some dank in there, homie. So it's like if we're gonna do this, if we're
Right.
gonna do this, let's do it together, not one sided. You know what I'm saying? Not just from a one sided view, because you're not the only one that can keep it real. As a matter of fact, I can dig real deep in your earth and pull out some worms you ain't never seen before. Are you ready for that?
Mhm.
But I appreciate it as long as your intentions are just and not just to be on your soapbox so you can just keep
Mhm.
continue to tell me about myself like you have no areas or you can't even compare your f ups with mine. Like if you're not even admitting to like you do this, you do that, you do this.
Mhm.
But hey fam, I did it too. But they just want to be one-sided about what your faults is and how real they need to be with you, as if you're always in a constant intervention. That right there is a warning sign, because they have undealt issues, and they're putting their undealt issues, using your issues as an example, and only your issues as an example. That drives people crazy. It draws people off the road, and it's like it can diminish. Their confidence. If you're not talking with them, more so at them, using their using your faults always as something to stand on, so they can actually stand on or above you. That's a problem. So because sometimes it's like, damn, are these realists any different than these snakes? Or I like to call them hydras, for the simple fact that you call the hydras out on their stuff, cut that head off, what is it going to do? It's going to grow another one. Right. It's probably going to look different, but it's still a snake at the end of the day. It just has many heads. I'm dying
to jump in here. I'm absolutely dying to jump in here. Because here's my thing. I understand what everybody's saying, but I'm going to have to be the honest asshole right now. I think that people are full of shit. I think that they're full of shit because people always believe that they want someone to be honest. No, they don't. They want somebody to agree with them or to make them feel good or validate. But I'm not saying that all y'all are wrong or anything like that. But the majority of people don't want someone to be honest with them. Because they want something that feels good. They don't want no honest asshole. They want something that feels good.
They want that numbness.
Yeah, and then the other thing is when it's the person who is delivering, the person who is the honest asshole delivering, some of those people want an opportunity to say some FS to somebody that they've been holding, and they're using it as a platform.
Thank you.
I'm just being real. I know you just being a bitch.
Yeah,
you ain't being real. You just try your best to use this as a platform because you think I won't slap you right now. Right. You think because I'm nice, I'm not going to slap you. But I'm telling you, without my violence, that you will still get it. You will still get it. I don't care how much you claim. You so real. You so honest. You can save that because you just try to use this as a platform to say your mess because you think I can't reach you. You
think I can't come with a comeback and hit you with some truth and have you sit down and be quiet. No, I definitely get it because sometimes like people. Like they'll say something and think they got you, but it's like, no, I'm just trying not to fully embarrass your ass because I think I need to just pull you to the side and tell you about yourself. I don't have to do it in front of everybody. Right. Because everybody kind of the real people that really know you kind of already know that you just faking and shaking right now.
That's right.
But the people that actually care about you and will watch out for you, they gonna pull you to the side and tell you about your stuff. And when your shit stink, they just ain't gonna let you just keep walking around with dirty ass drawers and shit stinks. Right. They're gonna tell you. And like, you know what? Actually, you can come over here to my house and put your shit in my washing machine to get them clean until you get right and get back on your feet. So that's the thing. So I understand that. But some people do need to get that truth, in the hardest way, especially if they showing they tail. But there's different ways to do it.
There are times when I do believe it's real. Oh, go ahead, Rick.
No, I was gonna say just real quick before I forget. And Margo, make sure you wash the washer after you wash their nasty ass clothes.
Oh yeah, we seriously bleaching that. Seriously bleaching that.
You might miss and have to give it back. Anyway.
I know that's right.
Secondly, what was I about to say? When people are trying or people are keeping it real, you also gotta watch. You gotta watch the surrounding. Like, say how they do it, but who's around when they do it?
They might just showing out.
Yeah, they're on stage. You know what I'm saying? They're on stage, but when you're in confining spaces, then they want to get all cozy and real with you, want to use their example. So now you want to shine me out open to open, but then you want to get very real in the dark. Get your cat ass away from me. And keep your words. Keep your words. You have no dignity behind them. You have no character. It's as a matter of fact, it seems like you and the Hydra get along quite well. So enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. But yeah, you just got to be careful how people try to put you in a place to let you know how real they are, to tell you about yourself. And you're doing this for entertainment purposes. This is not for my well-being. This is not even for our growth. We're not even growing. As a matter of fact, you give me a whole reason to keep myself away from you. You're a very dangerous person. And I say that you're very dangerous because what I'm going to do to you, you know what I'm saying, or much less tell you and treat you. You know, you're destroying a relationship and you don't even realize it. You know, you're making it about you. You want to overshadow me because of what you feel like you need to express in your heart in front of certain individuals. Now, I got you peeped out a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's why you get.
It's a dog and pony show. It's just a dog and pony show. And for people to do that like that in public, but some people just need to know because they need to be brought down. They need to be brought down to the real level, the real level, versus as much as they keeping it real. It's like you ain't even got to throw it out there before you make your statement or your sentence that you keeping it real. Just say the shit, get it out. Like you ain't just to keep it real. You ain't got to do all that. Just say it.
You don't need no disclaimer. Like,
yeah,
like hold up, this is not in the brochure. Like, is this? No, it's not in the brochure. Keep that bullshit. Like, no, just say it. Just.
I paid for that. I didn't come here for that. So you know.
But do you all feel that people? And this is what I see a lot, and just give me your opinion. Do you feel like people say I'm real as a means of trying to
cover up,
declare, the cover it definitely, but to declare themselves, right? But kind of like declare themselves as being, you need to listen to me. I'm a level with you. I'm going to be most honest with you. This is honestly who I am, but it's not really that way. Do you all feel like they use that as an excuse to identify themselves before the statement, get you ready, get you poised and ready for the statement, and which is a lot of time a bullshit statement and they're going to come out with it anyway. But stand that. I'm sorry, that's one of my pet peeves is I'm real. I'm just real.
It's based off of your
actions. A real boy. They sound like Pinocchio.
Yes.
And his nose is growing. Just growing. Nose is just growing. Long as man.
It's been a lot of time.
Like I almost said something. Man.
Well, go ahead and
say it. See? Don't you say just to be real. You better just say it. Get it out. I almost ain't gonna say it. I wanna don't do that. Just
the noses are so long, they're gonna make a porn star happy. Rick, shut up.
Oh Lord. There you go.
Just to keep it funky.
Yeah.
But can I really go ahead and ask you just a couple things about let's concentrate on the fake snake for a moment. Is it that people are just all the time being fake because they're trying to deceive someone, or are they just trying to keep it nice so that they won't cause a disruption? What do you believe on that?
That's a good one, but yeah. I mean,
I think it sounds like it's two-sided. Keeping it nice because they don't want that confrontation or that truth, to handle that truth between that person and themselves. And then what was the other one? I'm sorry. My mind went blank real quick.
I was just saying, well, I think I was just I have to go take my mind back too. Because I'm freestyling, I'm spitballing.
But definitely to keep from the confrontation and to make it, or they might have a different motive. They might have a different motive, you know, besides trying to keep the friendship or whatever, however the dynamics of their connection or relationship, maybe they're being that fake snake because they're trying to get over on something or over someone, with what they trying to gain from that relationship. So I'm gonna just do this for a meantime until I get to where I need to be with this person. Then I'm gonna jump ship or something like that. I don't, you know, that could be a possibility for somebody to be fake. Because what they feel like they can get from you after they've hung in there long enough or something. But it depends on their motive, their intent.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Don't you all feel that sometimes there's not a whole lot of difference between the honest asshole and the fake snake?
No, I don't think there's too much of a difference because
It's a
they all
real
look,
line.
look alike.
It's a
They do look like they do.
line.
They approach very
Mhm.
similar. Their
Mhm.
intentions make it seem like it's good, but overall, uh, along the way, you start learning the traits. People use that to segue, either being keeping it real or being fake. Acting a certain way to get what they want. Either way it goes. They're gonna They're gonna find a way to try and triumph, even if it means taking your dignity. You know what I'm saying? It depends. It's like you said. It's a thin line. It's a very thin line. We have to preach or promote yourself. Always give a disclaimer. Uh, like just saying things about yourself. What is it? Boasting. Always boasting. Like you telling on yourself. What do you call it? Dry snitching. You
Yeah.
telling on yourself. Go ahead, Margo.
Oh, I'm not gonna say I'm listening. I'm listening and I'm learning. I'm listening and I'm learning.
That we do. We definitely do. Yeah. What is your take between the two, Tanya?
Oh, me. Okay, I'm sorry.
Finish, man.
To me, I know that. Shut up. I know that people feel like when they're honest asshole, they're speaking their truth and they're using whatever sarcasm or whatever it is. They're just being honest and they feel like they're getting to the root of what is in them about a situation. You know, I feel like they're being real with that individual. Sometimes I can honestly say it does work. Sometimes it does work. I can actually speak for myself when I've spoken to friends or family or whatever. I have had my moments where I have to keep it real all the way, with someone. But I'm not a person who walks around and says, I'm
Hmm.
real, I'm real. I don't need to do the dance. I'm just going to tell you what's up in whatever situation. I don't need to do the dance for you. I don't need to perform. I don't need to qualify my statements for you. I'm just going to tell you whatever it is. As far as the fake snake is concerned, it depends on what it is. If it's a person that's trying to spare someone's feelings, then that's one thing. But if you are just classically an individual who is just fake all the
Sneaky
way
nasty
around, and
sneak.
you're always doing sneaky and doing little stuff like that, then I would rather have the honest asshole as opposed to the fake snake who is willing to stab me in the back at any moment. I would rather have the honest person. But when I made the statement just now, I said it is the honest asshole, sometimes the fake snake, and sometimes they're one and the same. You have these people who walk around and saying, I'm so real, I'm so real. They're the fakest MFs out there.
Because you gotta say it. You're trying
Hmm.
to convince. You're doing that much work to convince us.
Right. Hmm.
You know, what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
convince yourself.
you
Right.
want to you want to convince without conviction. Ooh,
Hmm.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So let me get an understanding. Say, for instance, okay, I'm being trying to be as real as I can be, going about myself, being myself. And then once I get there and there's one person in that room that's gonna say, she thinks she all that, she this and that now. But girl, let me tell you about her. That's that fake snake shit. You
Right.
come
Mm-hmm.
behind me, if I'm being nice and being real to you or whatever, and you turn around and come at me from sideways, I'm gonna
Hmm.
turn right around
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna hit you with it right back at you.
Right.
Or just give them the back from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Back away from them, at a good distance, then turn around and work your way.
So I can reach out and
Say that again, Veronica. You kind of put it out on the end there.
I said, oh yeah, I got a whole lot of long handle spoons. I'll feed you with a long handle spoon. Keep moving.
I know that's right.
I won't feed them a damn thing.
Like, oh, I hit you with this spoon.
You know what I'm saying?
Just feeding them with it.
I'll poke you with it. You keep your distance. But I ain't feeding you a damn thing because you didn't eat enough from me, or you didn't ate enough off of it to feed your ego. So no, I ain't feeding you a damn thing.
Right.
And I just honestly don't. Oh, go ahead, Veronica.
Like Tanya was saying earlier about family. Oh my God. Yeah.
Mother.
Yeah. Family's a trip. Family's a trip. I know you everybody's got that one or two. That do a lot of showboating.
It's not the long distance family family members. It's the ones that's close to you, the cousins, the aunts.
Oh yeah. The ones you actually see how they move, and then they try to. Well, I wouldn't like that. I'm just so real. I've been keeping it real for ages, but I'm like, but wouldn't you just blah blah blah? Like, I know I just saw you yesterday doing this though, but you was real.
Right.
So is that your real hair, or is that from King's Beauty Mart? That $19 weave you just put in your head, but you still real. Yeah, you pay real money for that real hair, but okay.
Right.
You've been keeping it real forever. You've been keeping it real forever. You mean to tell me you've been letting yourself smell like this forever?
But you know something, what I appreciate, and I was looking at this article, and I'm going to bring it. It was a article from LinkedIn where it was talking about how you can be honest with people without being an asshole, and I'll go over that in just a few moments. But I just want to just go back a little bit when it comes to this whole thing about the honest asshole versus the fake snake. I don't know. We always see people, we always have them in our lives. At some point, we're going to run across someone who is a fake individual because they don't know how to be real with anyone. But still, they may not be a person who is at heart destructive, but they just don't know how to be real with someone. They don't know how to be transparent with someone. So we have to look at those type of people out there too, who have never grown up knowing how to be transparent with people. You know what I'm saying? And so they lack that. Some people lack the gene. If you really think about it, some people lack the gene of knowing how to be close to anyone. And so with that, they may be accused of being the fake snake.
They don't understand. They don't understand.
Whatever, Veronica. Look, Veronica, what you talking about?
We're talking about your people. They might be listening.
I know a lot of fake people.
All intents and purposes, maybe this is the best way that they can learn.
But you know what? I'm talking about the fake good ones, that some of them who are fake only because they don't know how to relate to people. I'm talking about those kind. I'm not talking about the ones that are fake just because they are assholes. I'm talking about the ones who just don't know how to relate to folks. You know what I'm saying? But there's another side of this is when you got the total a-hole. I'm trying not to be so bad when I'm talking tonight, but you do have the ones that are just totally out there. And that whole thing, like I said again, I don't need your honesty. I don't need too much of your honesty.
You know what I'm saying?
Really don't.
You say you say you too much of the honesty.
I don't need too much of that. Because I don't need to know. My friend's son said it best in one of his rap songs. He says, "It is not my business what you think of me."
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So it is not my business what you think of me. So I do not have to spend my time listening to you talk about what you think of me.
Right.
I don't care what you think.
That's everybody across the board. Everybody,
Right.
your kids even, because they're gonna get older too. Your kids,
Right.
your mother, your father, your grandmother. No, especially if it's spewing out always something negative, baby. I'm gonna keep it real. Well, no one is exempt. You know what I'm saying? Even ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like we can tend to, we know that we effed up. You know you effed up. Why you being fake about it? Like, why you trying to run around the issue? No, bro, deal with that shit. Deal with that, because that way you can remain blameless, and no one can call you on no old shit. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't fix that. You got to come with something else.
That's just like, that's making me think of, like, you know, when you lend somebody some money and they know they ain't paid you back. They ain't forgot. They know they ain't paid you back. Like, you ain't got to remind them. They know. They just avoiding you. like, no, deal with it. Pay me back. Like, give it back. But yeah, just to say, like, they know, like you know. Yeah.
Margo about to throw them things up.
She just thought that on us real quick.
I got a
ram up, player. Throw that ram up.
I got a little hood. I got a little hood. I grew up in a hood. I'm not, you know. It definitely takes a lot. It takes a lot to get me to that point of being like super upset or mad. But when it come out, you gonna know. You gonna know. Should have to be scared of myself, but you gonna know.
Right.
But besides that, yeah, with the honest asshole, I kind of, to a certain degree, as well as the delivery, I kind of can respect that because it's out and it's up front and it's nothing being hidden. But you don't have to give me all of the honesty and the assholeness at one time. You know, break it up some. Break it up some so I can deal with it and work on it. But just the same, you gonna want it in the same way? Do you want me to unleash everything on you that I see about you? So it's like break bits and pieces, and where I feel like, you know what, you might have a point, that is something, or if it comes off and I'm trying to help you see something or save you from doing damage to yourself, then I can understand it in that way. Versus I'm just finna jump on you because you the topic of discussion for tonight, and I think you need to hear all this stuff I done seen and witnessed in your lifetime right up front. It's like, no, don't kill me because I might be working on that stuff at that moment. Don't stab me more to where it's gonna hurt and it's gonna take me even that much more time to recover and build and get to where I'm already at, where I'm recognizing it for myself, in myself, to work on it. So I look at it that way too.
Don't let me down on my what's the word?
But you know what, y'all? I want to just focus on something real quick. You know, I was looking at this article on LinkedIn, and they were talking about how to be honest without being an asshole, right? And they have two simple ways that they believe that can be done. Number one, honesty does not obligate, well, this is the writer, me, to share every single detail, and I agree with that 1,000%. They said one of the biggest concerns that people have is that by committing to honesty, they will be forced to reveal every manner of beliefs that will be uncomfortable to either themselves or others. This is incorrect. A commitment to honesty is not an obligation to detail. It is wholly within the right as an autonomous person to choose to refrain from sharing any or all information. In the same way, I wasn't before. She said, they said, I'm not required to share anything that I choose not to, whatever the reason may be, so long as the reasons I'm not doing so are not intentionally deceptive. Okay. So I just take it right there. Oh, let's say, in fact, it all does require is that when I do speak, I do so honestly and it is helpful, then to think of it as a commitment to not lying rather than to being exhaustive honesty, and so that's where it is right there. Exhaustive honesty. That's key words right there, because some people feel like they can say everything, and it's they're willing to drag you. Sometimes when people, and I experienced this recently myself, someone trying to be an honest asshole is really just an attempt to drag you. And sometimes they have feelings within themselves about you. So when they use this as an opportunity to drag you, when they're not just being honest, they're just saying their little view in order to drag you down. It's something that they feel is helpful to you. It is something that is helpful to them and their shortcomings and their lack of self-esteem. Don't bring me your shit. That's all I can say. What do y'all feel about that? Not sharing everything and being an honest. I mean, being honesty, that you don't have to be an asshole. What do y'all feel about that?
I mean, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, just like Margo said, there's levels to this stuff, and as much as you're jumping on me, the only reason why you standing tall because of the same shit you standing on.
Right.
That's the only reason why you want to use me as a crutch. You know what I'm saying?
But you see it yourself, and that's what you don't like. Just calling out what you don't like about yourself too.
Right.
So.
You see, Sir just walked in. Sir has been ignoring me all evening. Sir just came in. He's just to say, "Oh, you doing a show?" Oh, so he can walk in and everybody can see him. We're like, "Oh, I didn't know you were doing a show." Oh, hey.
Yeah, right.
That's why
you know what he's doing. He know what he's doing.
Oh, now he's going under the cover. He ain't fooling with us, But I'll help him in a minute if he doesn't get under. I'll reach over there and help him under there. But here's another part of the article. The second reason where you can deal with honesty and not have to be an asshole. They said there is still a place for tact. Woo! Yet, even when you do choose to share information, your honesty does not necessitate assholery. Is the word that
assholery.
I love that. Assholery. So this is because there is still a place for tact. All words carry within them cultural and historical connotations that should be acknowledged. It is fully within our abilities as thoughtful humans to consider these when we speak, and it would be irresponsible for us to ignore them. Honesty does not need to turn us into automatons. So long as we acknowledge the power of tact in minimizing conflict. I love that, because these people who feel like they are so real, that's what they do. A lot of them lack tact when they are telling people their honesty and being so real. What do you all feel about that? And don't get me wrong, to the audience out there, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there are not times in your life and in your relationships that you do not have to be an honest asshole. Yes, it comes with the territory that there's some situations you must go all in order to straighten out a situation. Somebody has been doing something, saying something that could have been wronging you, your family, whatever. And you have to go in sometimes and straighten it out. And it requires you being that honest asshole. It might be a person who is not being real with themselves. It requires you to be that, but still, there are some people out there who use that, and it's not even about you. So that's what I'm talking about right now. There's people who use that honest asshole thing, and it's not even about you. It's about them and their shortcomings or how they feel about you. So that's the first thing I was saying. I'm on that other side of the fence, looking back at this honest asshole and saying to them, you have a certain way that you feel, and you feel a certain kind of way about me, but you not telling me, hey, I just don't like you because you're this and that. You're using your honesty and your whole thing as a weapon against me because you feel again that I won't slap you. Okay, here's the other side. I was saying,
got a slap that is kind of cool. That's some baby powder.
I will.
Ready.
Tanya will slap you.
I will slap you. And then, so that's what I was saying. But we are in this.
Yeah, these assholier than thou people, they gotta be checked.
Yes.
Asshole is now.
You don't have to be the king or the queen of assholiness. So that's what we're saying.
You can just have one. You can just live,
Right. But on the other side, we're talking about right now the whole thing just now about you can be honest with people and you cannot reveal everything, and that you can also have tact when you're doing it. You don't have to tell people everything that's on your mind, and then you don't have to use your assholery skills when you are telling someone what your truth is, or trying to be helpful in some way. Don't use this as a tool, folks, to hurt people. So I think that's what happens.
Yeah, because some people are really good. Some people are really good. Really good at doing that. And it'd be like, woo!
Again, I will slap you. I mean, I need to leave my goon hand on the table. This is my slapping hand.
Put some holy water on it, kind of rain shit.
Yeah. Put something heavy on top of it to keep it down.
I know. The holidays are coming. I don't need look. That's when you usually have to slap people.
Man, it's like you're not supposed to be spreading the holidays. Like you gotta think of all the people that you feel obligated to visit.
Right.
Oh.
Then you got to get to the car. You got to rub your slapping hand real hard. Oh, thank you for not doing what you was wanting to do in it. You got to rub your slapping hand.
The slapping hand. No, you got to dance. You got to fake it with a dance. Do the nay and then bam. You got to fake it with a dance. Do the nay and then slap.
I was trying to help you. You look like you were falling.
My hand just got away from me because my hand just got so real at that moment I was naying it.
Well, hold on, Tanya, I got one. Wait, Tanya, Margo, y'all, I got one. Here you go. Hey, I have a question. Does this hurt?
Happen to you?
You know that all y'all are doing is giving me more suggestions, right? All y'all are doing is giving me more ways which I can sneak in a slap.
I'm sorry.
You're a bad example.
Out of jail. Y'all don't give her no
Yeah, everybody start collecting a few dollars.
Yes.
$5 starting plate. Put it on this store.
I'm telling you, I ain't trying to be mean, but my slapping hand has been itching for a while.
Tanya be working out.
It's already itching.
It might not be Tanya. Y'all be trying to bail out. You
know what I'm saying?
It might be you, Veronica.
Not the last dragon, but the last slapping. Y'all gonna be in the movie. Just.
I wonder if I can get Tanya to appear in that movie.
Not show slap.
Slapping. Yeah, I'll ask Tanya if he can star in that one. The last slapping.
Who's the slapper? Show slap. I can't hear you. Show slap. Yeah.
I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, but I just feel, back to where we're talking about. There's a people think that it's cut and dry when it comes to honest asshole and fake snake. It's not. It's a lot in there because, like I said just now, if it's the person who is just being honest and real I hate that word real, being honest because they're trying to help you in some way. Look at Rick. What you got, Rick?
No, I'm just going along with the whole, not the last dragon, but the last slapping. I'm sorry.
You think I ain't gonna see about hitting Timac on that and see if he would agree to my movie script for the last slapping? I've been trying to figure out what I want to write about. I've been really trying to think about my next movie script. That's gonna be it right there. And don't nobody have this. We talking about here, and don't try to steal my idea because.
And then let Michael do the intro song. Let Michael
let Barry Gordy do the production.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael said, I rolled up on you.
You know what I'm saying?
I knew what you're trying to do.
There you go.
He'll come
Hey,
up with something
hey.
catchy.
You better
He'll
get started
come
on,
up with something catchy.
you better get started on the
Yes.
script, on the playwright.
Yes.
Right.
We'll have the theme song first.
I was looking back at Black history just a little bit. Go ahead.
Oh.
The origin of the last slapping. Okay.
You,
Got it.
hey,
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
hey,
Make a documentary how it started here on RM Takes Live. Yeah. A full-fledged behind the scenes BTS behind the scenes for the last slapping. Yes.
it all started in 1992 at the DeWitty building.
Yes.
When that bitch tried her, she tried her, and she knew.
And I
She
wasn't familiar with slapping capabilities at the time.
Yes.
And I chose to embrace my inner heart, my inner self. And I chose to just put the slapping hand down for those years. I chose to just walk forward and just be Tanya, just be who I am, just be the real me. And then one day, when I came to ATL, and some incidents happened then, and it was another trying incident, and I chose that time I wrapped my slapping hand to keep from causing it to slap at individuals when things happen to me. But then I realized in 2021 that the best way to handle someone is to
Slap them
Like, I'm
back
trying to go. I'm like, I gotta run.
to the
Understand
reality.
me? Like, oh,
To
I'm
reality.
telling you,
Yeah, he's like fading
people
away from
really
the
do this
camera.
for real.
and that's when she knew she effed up.
Be a good cop.
Yes. I mean, but I can really write that for real, you know. But
Yeah.
Don't forget to put the fake snakes in there though too. Let them have a little shine.
yeah, because we all have somebody who has come to our life, and when it comes to the fake snake, we all have people who have come to our lives. They have perpetrated themselves as being a supporter of us, a fan of our personalities and our friendships, and they have, pretended that they were going to be there, to the end with you, Thelma and Louise with you, whatever. They just vowed that
Right.
they were going to be that type of person, and you thought they were really cool, but they turn out to be somebody who was hollow inside. And it's just fake,
Right.
just fake all around, and they've snaked you in some way. So I mean, we've all dealt with
And
it.
Trying to be the cockroach to your Theo. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Yeah, and it really just becomes sad because it's like you didn't even have to do all that. If you understood where you were or your
Right.
position or your friendship with me, you didn't have to do all that. For
Right.
what?
It's not
What are you
necessary.
really gaining? Yeah, it's not necessary. It's
Mhm.
like you should have just been real.
Right.
Just
And
So
start with
there's,
it, right.
like I said, there's just so many dynamics on the whole thing. You have the person who considers themselves to be the honest asshole, which some of the honesty is good. Then you have the person who calls themselves the honest asshole, who are just trying to find a way to deliver what they feel to you. Let them have some hang time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the person who is the fake snake, who might be just all through and through, just fake to the bone, because they really want to cut your throat in some way. And then you have the person who may be deemed as a fake snake, but just doesn't have the ability to communicate with people. Some folks just lack.
Right.
yeah, or connect with people.
Yeah,
They have a lot of fluffing up their life to seem, relevant or connected to you in a way.
Right.
So
So
I
it depends
definitely get
on
it.
what you run into on that whole thing.
They lack the
Right.
willingness to. They lack the willingness, and I do mean willingness to understand the art form of conversation. Actual conversation and delivery. It's a lot of times people don't want that. They think that what they do is helpful, only because it's feeding. They're only concentrated on feeding themselves off of other people. So they don't feel like anything they do is wrong. As long as they feel good about it at the end of the day, no matter how you feel or how you take it. I know you can't take it. I'm just being real with you. It's quite interesting. Quite
So
especially if they have
sometimes,
Go ahead.
sometimes I would rather have the fake snake
Mm.
because those are the ones I can see easier.
That's
I see them a little easier than I do the ones who, 'cause I'm so real, I'm so honest. Sometimes I catch them after a certain amount of time of them delivering their messages or their whatever to you, considering themselves to be so real. Sometimes they don't come off as being fake or dishonest from the very beginning or having their own agenda. Sometimes you don't see that agenda right away. That's why I prefer sometimes to see what I'm dealing with a fake snake. I see you. Your ass is funny as a $3 bill. So I can see that sometimes I can spot that a little easier, than I can
Yeah.
the other person.
Yeah, and you choose how you want to deal with them, or if you don't deal with them at all. Yeah, yeah.
Because I'll
Like
tell
some
you, being in entertainment for a lot of years, I have a lot of folks that are I know.
actors, actresses in life, in real life.
Yes, someday the real actors and
So
actresses
they
of
know
life.
how to
Yes,
spell. Yeah,
yes. And I deal with a lot of fake ass people, and I have for quite some time. And I believe that I leave them alone. They leave me alone. We enter, we intersect at times when we need to. But I can deal with the respect
so
level
you
there.
give them the
What
fake
I don't
when
like,
you see them, like, hey, okay, hi, girl, yeah,
yeah, I can deal with the
But
plastic because it's all like a lot of plastic. I
the
can
little
deal with
fake
that.
church hug too. You give them the
Yeah,
fake church hug.
but, right. But I can't deal with a person who's supposed to be so real and supposed to be cool with me, and that's the one that's really just cut my throat. That's the one I can't deal with. And I've had that a lot too. The folks
Right.
who consider themselves to be my friends, and they're the first ones. They're the first ones in line that will cut your throat only because of their jealousies. And that's a word there that I'm going to use tonight that I don't always use, because they say there's a
Jealousy.
difference between envy and jealousy, right? A lot of people can be envious of folks for different reasons, but jealousy, by definition, is always been to me when a person has something that you don't have that you want. So there's a difference between jealousy and envy from my teachings of what I've always learned. I've known people who just downright jealous because I might have been in the industry for a long time or might have done things I've never done, and they can't stand that. Hey, that ain't my problem. You got to go do what is best for you. We all have a purpose on being here. We all have a
Exactly.
Right.
purpose, and you got to just find yours. But there's some
Everybody,
people who,
Right.
everybody can't do the same job. You can't do the same job. If everybody did the same job, what would this world
Right.
be like?
mhm,
If everybody
mhm,
was skinny, what would this world be like? If everybody was
Boring
fat,
as hell.
if everybody was fat, what would this world be
That's
like? If everybody was the same color, if everybody was the same, what would this world be like? So you can't be jealous of. That's why we got differences. Quit being
right,
jealous and
hmm
envious of others. Just go ahead on with your life.
right,
Find your own purpose
mhm,
and quit worrying about
And
the
exactly,
see,
next person.
I've the envious part, like when you
mhm,
were saying envious and jealousy being something different, and I can get that because I've like been envious of somebody, but it was like in a more positive way. Like I'm like, ooh, she got, she's doing this, she's doing that, but I don't want to take over what you're doing. I don't want to steal it from you. I'm actually proud of you, and I'm glad to see you because now this is motivating me to push me to, I need to get out there and do this more or do that more. Not to be just like you, but to be in my own lane, in my own zone with my stuff. But I'm envious of
right,
the fact that I see you out there doing that. So it makes it, I can do that too. I don't need to do your
mhm,
thing. I need to do my own thing. So it's like
Right.
right,
really more so a form of flattery, um, and just giving somebody their props because it's like, why not? Can't we all win? You know,
right.
and what our purpose is. We all can have that, and we need to be commending each other and supporting each other and promoting each other, not trying to tear somebody down. Like,
Mhm, right.
really?
Something I wanted to just look at the difference between the two, because I look at talking about envy and jealousy. Envy means discontented longing for someone else's advantages, and jealousy means unpleasant suspicion or apprehension of rivalship. Um, Envy is most often used to refer to as covetous feeling towards another person's attributes, possessions, or stature in life. And many people they're saying many people use jealousy to feel the same way, but I think that there's a definite difference, like I was explaining just now, how I was taught at one time, how the difference was between the two. And I agree with your definition, like you're saying, my envious, being envious, you can envy what somebody has, but you can at the same time admire them. I kind of feel on the same page there, that you're not trying to do something to take it away from them.
To
I've
hurt.
always
That's
looked at
what jealousy to
right,
me is
is
saying,
what
like,
they
I'm
trying to
trying to
take
hurt
away
you
from you.
because
Yeah.
I want it and I'm going crazy in my mind
Hmm.
because I want it that badly. And
Right.
there's no need to be jealous like that. But
And that's what
the
I feel like
envious part, that's
sometimes.
my tone.
Right. I feel like sometimes that's what I was saying about the honest asshole, depends on why the person is being so honest. Because when people just make sure that when you feel like the whole honest asshole is such a good thing, just make sure that you understand what you're saying on that level. Because some of those people who are being honest, they're being honest because they're of their all own ulterior motives. Some jealousy or envy that they have about the individual that they call themselves being honest with, or honest to, or honest at, so that just kind of be careful with that one too. That's kind of what my whole thing was I was saying on that. Did I get that out? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? To me, this subject is pretty cut and dry. I think we've gone all around. We covered the bad and the good on the honest asshole, and the bad and the goods on the fake snake. I look at all the way around that there is, like the article says, you can be honest with someone without being an asshole. I just feel that all the way around.
Right.
That is the solution to the whole thing. But it does still ask the question, now that we have discussed it, what is your preference now?
A human damn being. That's what it is. A human being.
I got you.
I
I
I,
got you.
I kind of still want the asshole. It's like a challenge thing. It's like hey, you be held accountable, so do I. Like, we gotta challenge each other to a certain extent. But like I said, do it in small doses or pieces, and do it
Uh-huh.
with tactfulness.
Right. Got
Also, it's like,
you.
where's
Do
this?
it with tactfulness.
When they're trying to keep it
Okay.
real or whatever, again, I was like, okay, where is this coming from?
Right.
What was the catalyst? So, like I said, the snake or the assholier than thou individual, they
Uh-huh.
they can play a part in everybody. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying, to a certain extent. Because when somebody drives you up the wall, then you just like you have no choice but to deliver. Look, I'm going to give you the business since you want to take it there. Then let's live there for a moment. Let's see. Let's step outside. Let's see who gets cold first. Let's see who needs a coat after these words. You know what I'm saying?
right. Right.
So yeah, it depends on even the degree of even fakeness. Uh, it's not a healthy lifestyle or a healthy personality. Uh,
Hmm.
Sometimes people fake it till they make it. It's like, what is the intent behind it?
Hmm.
What is the intent behind it? It can be good or bad. Keeping it real or being a fake. Well, but the snake part, that's a totally different thing. Because a lot of people do need to be struck. A lot of people do need to be bitten. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I believe we all have our own positive poison.
Hmm.
Some people can't take it. Some people can't take it. So I mean, it just depends on how you look at it. But yeah, it just depends on their intent. What is the motive behind it? Why are you doing this?
Right.
Let's
Hmm.
talk about it.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. But yeah, a human being.
Okay. Veronica, which one is would you say the honest asshole or the fake snake?
Um, if I had to go with the honest asshole, and if you're gonna correct me, make sure you come correct. Make sure you got your
Mm,
facts right. And come
right.
correct.
Yeah.
Come correct.
Correct.
Don't come correct. If I have to turn around and
Make sure you got your facts right.
you better keep them
Okay.
straight, baby.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the fake snake, I try to stay away from them.
Mm-hmm.
And after I finish with that other one, I stay away from
Mm-hmm.
them too. 'Cause if you got the facts straight, leave me alone. I
Mm-hmm.
tell both of them to kiss my ass.
Mm-hmm. Now, how
Hey,
real is that?
I like
Now,
that
how real is that?
ending part.
How real is
Y'all
that?
both could kiss an independent cheek.
Both of them.
right. The parts of my black ass. No. But you know what,
Hey,
y'all?
Yeah.
hey, in the words of Rick, hey Rick, check it out. Ah,
You did part two. You missed a spot. That's right. Spread it. There it is. And
Ah.
go in. You know what I'm saying?
all up in there.
Breathe it in while you at it. Breathe it in while you at it. I just had
Right,
Mexican food.
Yeah,
Just had
the
Mexican
asshole,
food.
or
Breathe
right.
the
it in.
assholery chronicles,
Yeah.
and the assholery chronicles.
You know what
But
I'm saying?
I tell you
And it's Tanya.
honestly,
Tanya. It'd be
yeah.
like that. Yo, it'd be just as worse. Like we saw that dog threw up. That dog
No.
slipped that
Oh,
dog slipped that threw up. That man. That
that
shit was
dog
funny.
sniffed the girl's butt and he threw up, and that was like, oh my god. But I guess he said that's not what I do. But just my stance on this. I'm going to take a strange and a different stance on this. I haven't had a lot of good luck with the honest asshole. And look at my way Margo is frozen. Okay, she back now. You were frozen like this the whole time, Margo. Oh, yeah, and I was like, okay, but okay. Then
Oh
now
God, it went out.
yeah, now I guess she'll be back in a minute. But my stance is I haven't had the best luck with those who deem themselves as being so real, so honest asshole, because within that whole thing creeps in that jealous individual too. You got to be careful for that really jealous, envious individual that's in there too, who is only there to reveal what they feel about you, their unsolicited opinion of you. So that's why that honest asshole has not been very appealing to me, because I don't need your unsolicited opinion of me, because then I've got to wrap my slapping hand and put it on my leg and wrap it to my leg or
That
something
part.
to keep me to keep me from handling the situation the way that I want to handle it. But I'm not a violent person, but still, you can't get
Yeah.
this hand. You can't get these hands now. But
Yes.
on the other side of things,
Yes. Is this a slapathon
He's
committee?
like,
yes, yeah.
You
Tell
can-
him I want to talk to him. Tell him I want to talk to him. Somebody needs some new technique.
Yeah,
But
they
on
got
the
a new
other
group. They got a new group out there called the Slapperifics. So you're gonna like this. You know what
I
I'm saying?
want to join. Yes. I'm sure they
Slapperifics.
got great technique. But on the other side of things, I have dealt, being in the industry for so many years. Um, Sometimes people are considered fake because they have to put their certain persona out there. I've become comfortable with everybody having different personas, maybe not getting too close. Maybe there's always been a wall up, but those are the type of people who I don't usually have any problems from. But if it's the person that gets into my world, I let a fake snake in my world. But like I was saying to y'all earlier, I can usually spot those a lot quicker, than the other side. It would seem like it would be the opposite, but I usually can spot the fake snake a whole lot quicker than this other person who is posing as an honest person, but is really just an asshole. So I am kind of on the other side a little bit. I prefer to know what I'm dealing with than to hope that I'm dealing with someone who's being honest and they turn out to be the actual fake snake, or the person who's delivering me their honesty and their true feelings about who they feel I am or what I need to be doing, something that is not really any of their business. If it's truly a person that has come to me and is telling me some things that will be helpful to my life, and they're telling me some things that it may not make me feel so great, I don't always mind that either. I mean, it depends on how it is. It depends on what it is, how it is in the delivery of said information. I will listen. But if you just telling me something because you dealing with your shortcomings, you don't like who you are, man, get out of here with all that. And that's all I got. So, what do y'all think about tonight's topic before we get out and go to the break and come back to talk about what y'all doing? What do y'all think about this topic before we go further?
I thought was heavy. I loved it.
Yeah. I was so unsure about what y'all were doing. Yeah, I was unsure about how y'all would take this one.
Interesting to hear different analogies.
Yeah.
About it.
I actually, the original thing was Too Real versus Two-Faced. And that was my original thing, because really I feel like there is that whole thing. People are being, oh, I'm so real, or being too real, versus someone who is just simply stabbing you. And sometimes they're one and the same, just like this.
No, that's a P. That is a P. I'm too real for y'all. I'm too real. Like, oh my God. Like,
and then when you ask people a definition of that, they can't give you one.
They're not even living by definition. So how the hell can they provide one?
Right.
Like, what?
They can't tell you what.
Working you hard.
Yep. Yeah. I think we scared folks tonight. They didn't get into the chat too much. I think we scared them. We're talking about that my slapping hand. They stayed out, boy.
I mean, it does look, it does look kind of 3D. So
don't come on here talking nonsense in that chat. That's what that hand was telling them. Don't come here talking that nonsense on this chat.
Like the AT&T commercial. Yeah, like the AT&T commercial where I probably was breaking all up and my hand was doing stuff too. Got scared about that. But it's all good.
Tanya.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right, Lassie.
I know, right? I'm straight up Lassibelle right now. I'm straight up Lassibelle right now. My aunt. She didn't play. She didn't play with it at all. She won't play with it at all. So I am channeling.
Let me tell you a little bit about Lassie, okay? Just a little bit. You go in there thinking you're going to run your mouth? Are you back talking to her? Are you out of line? You going to find your ass down in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's going to snap you just that far. You don't play with that one.
It's my Aunt Lassibelle. I tell you, I'm channeling her tonight. There you go, Aunt Lassibelle. Yeah. I ain't afraid to say it. I ain't afraid to say it. All right, y'all, let's run to the break. We'll be back to end things in just a few moments. You supposed to do the fist pump with me. That's what we say we're going to do at the end on that. That's what the song makes you feel like doing that, So I noticed that I was over here fist pumping by myself. And one more thing, y'all. If you out there feel like I was talking to you, then I was. That's all I got.
Hey,
That's all I got. But welcome back.
She
Welcome
said,
back.
then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was.
We about to yes. So we about to wrap things up. I want to see what you all have coming up this week. What y'all got coming up this week? Start with you. Margo came in last, so Margo, what you got coming up this week? And how was your week at the same time while we have you at it here, while we're at it? Did she freeze? I think
yeah,
she
she
froze.
froze.
Yeah. So in the meantime,
My week was super busy. Been working the classroom, not completely by myself, but
mhm.
me.
Okay,
No,
she's
hello?
doing the AT&T. Yeah, we see you. We see
Am
you
I
now.
breaking up?
Yeah, it's doing the AT&T.
Okay. Well, I have I have a dance class coming up that I'm taking and doing with my best friend on Sunday. So I'm excited
Okay,
about it. We dancing to City Girls, my best friend. So that's gonna be interesting.
cool.
And I'm taking um like a quick writing course on actually tomorrow in the morning. It's like a
Okay,
free write, a part of Free Minds Project here in Austin, Texas. So
nice.
really good program. It's a collaboration between ACC and UT. So it's just like a creative writing course.
Cool,
Um,
cool.
on top of that, just trying to relax and recoup from the last 2 weeks of work in my classroom pretty much on my own. So
Good,
that's a
good.
that's
All
only
right.
the next two interesting things that's coming up that I can think of right now. But
Well, I'm excited about your
anybody
dance
else?
class. Yeah, I'm excited about
Oh
your
yeah,
dance class. You have to tell us about that.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I've been
Yeah.
waiting to do
Okay.
one. So this is that time. So I'm glad about that.
All right then. Thanks for being here. All right. Rock, what you got coming up?
Oh, I don't have too much coming up, but it's I'm still in processes of getting my house taken care of. It's coming in, slow, but it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's about almost there. Just keep praying
Cool.
for me,
Right on.
and everything. But it's coming along. It's coming along. I got to do some more. I got to go stay off next week so they can come in and do the floors and stuff. But other than
Mm-hmm.
that, everything is good.
Cool. Thanks for
Good.
being here. All right, Rick. Rick
Hey,
Miss Moonstar. What you
I
got coming
can't
up
wait.
this week?
I cannot wait to get rid of these pieces, be done with these clients so I can live my life, take a breather, just to get right back in.
Cool.
Get back on,
Just to get right back in, yeah.
you know, um, juggling this venture with this voiceover. So I'll take my course next week. It's about
Uh-huh.
I want to say about 6 weeks, and thereafter, my melodious voice will be put to work. Oh yeah,
Oh, now
wait,
say it.
I
Say
cannot,
that.
I cannot
Say
wait. So
that now.
yeah,
All
yes,
right.
it's coming. So I'm not going to mention it anymore.
All right.
Not until my first clients. Not until I get my first client. So after this,
Right.
no more. So I
You
gotta,
have that voice. You have that sound. When I
thank
first entered the industry years ago, I was working at the newspaper there in Austin, Texas, the Villager,
you.
and I had
Yes,
become the entertainment editor over there. And this guy walks in and says, "You have the voice for radio." Well, I was a medical major, pre-med major over UT. I didn't know what the hell that was. So
right.
I went over to the radio station and I learned, yes, I do have that kind of voice to be for radio, and I can hear that in you too. And that's radio became my first love,
Mm.
and I became that broadcasting type of person. What I love is when I am in a radio facility and the microphones in the ears and it's a sound, and I
Yeah,
mean, like I hear it and I'm like, is that me? Oh my god!
yeah,
It's like so nice because
Remember
you want to talk about anything. Mary had a little lamb.
Man, right.
Yes, Mary had a little lamb. You don't want to say anything. You don't give a damn what it is. You're just like, oh, that sounds so good.
What that like that one dude, I forgot his name. He was on KZR radio, and I always want to be that dude, the one that goes jazz, jazz, jazz on your FM dial. Like, I want to be that dude, man.
That might work for you. That might work for you though.
Yes, that phrase.
Yeah. It's coming.
Right.
It's happening. I'm excited.
I can see that, and I have considered doing more voice work. I just haven't had the time. There's something that I wanted to do with audiobooks, but I'll talk to you about that and see if you have any interest in you going for it, because I just haven't had the time to do it. And so there's some avenues in which you can go forward with the audiobooks.
That's a part of it. That's a part of the plot too. Yep.
Right, because I'm pretty animated. I can do it, and I have the voice for it, but I just haven't felt like it. And the same, with me, y'all. We had that talk on the after show last week, and basically, I was saying when it comes to my art, this is a form of art with these shows and stuff. But there's my other form of art that I don't like to share. But I have decided, I made the decision that after I finish it, still I will share it. I just have to get it to where I like it. And then I will share it because, as long as I'm happy with it, then, bump everything else. And so I will, after I get it to where my comfort level is a little bit more, I am going to bring it. And I got some other pieces in mind that I want to do as well. And so I'm going to make the time to do it because my stress level this week that I had, I realized it's because I was not dividing my time with things that I love and want to do with the things that I have to do. And so I got to go back into doing that type of thing.
Self-care. It's called self-care.
Yes, self-care. And so this coming week, as we head into these holidays, a lot is coming our way. I did an interview this week, and I will get a chance to air said video interview next week. I did an interview with this guy here. He is a double Grammy nominated singer, songwriter, and producer. His name is Eric Roberson. And so I'm going to get a chance to. Yes. Hey. And so this cat right here, and he just did his song. This song is with Anthony Hamilton, Raheem Devon, and Kevin Ross. And so they did a song called Lessons, and, get a chance to basically talk about that in the interview, and then we'll get a chance at some time. I'll put the link out there so you can see it. I think that Margo got frozen, so I'm waiting for her to come on in all the way. We lost her. I guess she'll be, but here, there she is. Okay, there you go, Margo. Margo moving us all around. I got dizzy for a moment because Margo had us going.
All right, y'all.
She let go one, and the other one came.
Phone and this internet boom.
I understand. I still thank you for being here. But the Soul Spotlight's coming up this week. I'm just deciding if it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday, and just have fun with that. I think that Veronica's coming in again. Veronica has done very well hanging on this show, because sometimes her phone says, I'm only going to let you be here for just a few moments. So I have to give Veronica her phone really so much credit for hanging in this whole time. Her phone used to be like, get on out of here. So she is hanging pretty well with it.
Hanging on, baby. She's hanging on, baby.
Hey, I just want to say something right now. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to voice my opinion.
Right
on. I don't have a whole lot of experience in voicing my opinion or whatever, but I just want to thank you guys for letting me get on here and voice my opinion and help me out a little bit. So thank y'all. Kudos to y'all.
We thank you for making yourself available.
Yeah.
Thank you for making yourself available.
No problem. Get on here.
Consider this as like practice. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit out.
We appreciate you being here. Shoot. So I'm saying, but I've enjoyed another AIL with y'all. Pretty soon we're coming to the holidays. Huh? Okay.
I'm definitely enjoying myself.
But great. We're definitely enjoying having you. We got one more Friday before the Thanksgiving week, and we'll make a decision. I'll talk to y'all in the after show about, because next week is the 19th, and then the following week is the Thanksgiving weekend. Remember, I tell you, I know a lot of stuff is going on out there too. So we'll make some decisions about how we want to roll during all these holiday times. But I think we're going to have a forced break coming soon, y'all. Just remember to go pick up y'all stuff that you need to have food and stuff in your house, and water and generators and everything, because you never know what's going to go down. Yep.
It's going down.
It's going down.
Right.
It's going down. Like all the way.
I'm gonna be lazy.
Right.
I gotta smoke the turkey. So.
But let me drop my social media. We'll be right back then. Things in a moment. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Art Imitates Live with Tanya Dixon. So be sure to like and subscribe. And also check us out on all of our other social media. I saw you grooving on that, Rick.
I
know that's right.
I was doing my head.
All right. Well, y'all don't forget to, go to the channel. Also here on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this show, and just make sure that you hit that notification bell. You see, all night I've been trying to talk, and I've been kind of getting stuck at different times, and so I got a lot of my mind. That's what happens when I have a lot of my mind, but still, just say the show is my fun time to communicate with the world. But again, make sure that you go to our channel, like and subscribe, and this show, and to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you can be alerted every time that we have some type of show, because there's some shows that are going to be tape shows that I might slip on out there, like the Eric Robertson. I might have different things, might be little trinkets and nuggets here and there, so make sure you tune in. And of course, every Friday night here, we're going to be in the living room, or at times in the holiday, we'll have our own little holiday time, but for the most part, we are live on Friday nights. It used to be 9 p.m. and it became 10 p.m. because I noticed that everybody was getting here close to 9, and I would notice that I would stop breathing somewhere between 8:50 and 8:55, and so for some reason that extra 10 minutes just feels better for me. So it's a strange time, but I love it. 9:10 p.m. Or Eastern time, 6:10 p.m. on the left coast. So you make sure you tune in and check us out for Who Spiked the Tea, and also for whatever is happening in the living room. Well, y'all, that's going to do it for another week. Any parting words before we get on out of here?
Watch the hand.
Yes.
Get him with a Rickism. Hurry up.
That's a wrap. That's good. That's good.
Yes, he just wants to let y'all know that slap of hand is real.
Slap a hand.
It's real.
Okay, I'm like,
Hey.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember Nene.
Well, let me go slap these words over to y'all real quick. Just remember, in life, good things happen to those who believe. Better things happen to those who are patient. But the best things happen to those who never give up. I'm Tanya Dixon. This is the living room team here. Thank y'all. And you all have a beautiful week out there. Get ready for those holidays now. And we shall see you the next time on Art Imitates Live. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful week. We'll see you now.